One of the first exercises in my technique videos that I covered was spine stretch. And I did spine stretch as part of your warm up, your setup, spine stretch, and your roll down to push up. Let's just do spine stretch all by itself today. We're going to do it standing, which is how we normally do it at the start of the class. Then I'll show you how you can do it in a seated or a kneeling position. So, just moving my mat out of the way. I'm going to be standing nice and tall. I'm in my perfect posture. And what I'm going to do is just take my time. Feeling that length through the crown of my head, through my spinal column, I'm going to slowly drop my chin towards my chest. And I'm going to continue peeling my spine, one vertebra at a time, off that imaginary wall behind me as I roll down. Still drawing my belly button in. In fact, I have to draw it in a little bit more. My hands can rest on my thighs. They can actually help to support my upper body weight somewhat as well. It's up to you how far you roll down. I'm going to keep rolling through the lower back, and the pelvis has started to tilt. I'm going to take a breath in, and as I come back up, I'm going to set the pelvis first, and then continue through my lumbar spine, my thoracic spine, my cervical spine, until I'm nice and tall once again. Get that little connection between your scapulae if you lost it. Take your time. You're lengthening out those muscles at the back of the neck. As you drop your chin towards your chest, it's like you're holding onto a soft peach under your chin. I don't tend to bring the chin all the way to the chest. I hold onto that peach, and I continue peeling down through the rib cage, the thoracic, and then into the lumbar region. Now, hopefully, like me, on your first repetition, you would have noticed whether or not you had tightness or stiffness and where you had it. And it's up to you now to hold it there if you are feeling tight and stiff. Again, your hands can help stabilize you and support your upper body weight somewhat. You can hold it here for an in-breath. You can hold it here for several deep in and out breaths. And then again, you'll come up nice and slowly, setting and stacking, getting that connection with your scapulae. I'll just turn to a 45-degree angle. Taking my time, I'm feeling that length through the back of my neck, through those muscles. I'm feeling that length through the crown of my head the entire time as I'm rolling down. If I stop through the thoracic, I'm going to feel the stretch more through the neck. If I stop, say at belly button height, I'll feel it more through the rib cage, the thoracic. And if I come down all the way until the pelvis starts to roll forward, I definitely will feel it through the lower back area. This exercise can be also done seated on your haunches. And I may need to change the camera around, not too much. All right, so I'm seated on my haunches, length through the crown of my head, and my hands are just going to slide down my thighs. I will change the camera after I've done this repetition. So just taking my time, I'm peeling down through the neck, through the rib cage. I'm already starting to slide my fingers down my thighs. And generally I'd only come to about the belly button with this one. Take a breath in, and then I'd set and stack. So your belly button is about your third of your 5 lumbar vertebrae, L3. And let's just change the camera so it's in its usual position. Let's see how we go with that one. So, again, taking your time, your knees can be more splayed if you prefer as well. Dropping your chin down, I'm still feeling that length through the crown of my head. Now I'm working my way through my thoracic, my thorax, and then just getting into the lower back. So L3, it's about belly button height. And if you hold it here, it's generally through the lower part of your rib cage, you're going to feel it. And then you'll set and stack. If you've got a fit ball or a Swiss ball at home, generally you would have wide knees. You can do this, or you could be seated on the floor with your legs going out to the side. And what you could do is do this as you're rolling that ball forward. Now I've got an imaginary ball obviously under my hands here, and because of that I've got a long lever here and I'm adding actually extra weight and making this exercise more challenging. And these muscles are having to work a lot harder eccentrically, meaning as they lengthen. Give you an example of eccentric. If I do a bicep curl with a weight in my hand and lift it up here, this muscle, the bicep, is shortening. But if I've still got that weight in the hand and I'm slowly lowering, this muscle's still working as it lengthens. And that's what's happening to the muscles of our spine right now. So if I actually do have my arms out here on an imaginary ball, then I'm adding that extra weight and it's a bigger eccentric load for those spinal extensor muscles, the ones that are now drawing me back up to my beautiful posture. So this is a fantastic postural exercise. As I mentioned, you can be doing it seated on the floor or on your haunches like I was a moment ago. And if you do it with the fit ball, you'd have your legs, as I said, like so, and you'd be rolling that ball forward. And it's an absolutely gorgeous exercise. I think you'll enjoy it.